SBC on the radio today. Me and Nirvan and Elaine will be debating who is the best scorer of these two players. Michael Jordan, who some people consider the GOAT, and Kevin Durant, well, an amazing scorer who some people say is unfair in top 13 all time. Nirvan, what do you think?
So personally, I think Kevin Durant is better scoring in the mid-range to longer position, three-point positions. Because back in Michael Jordan's time, he didn't shoot a lot of threes. Neither did a lot of the players. So when it comes back to shooting threes and a mid-range game, I think Kevin Durant. But when it comes to driving and getting into the paint, it would definitely be Michael Jordan. Because he can drive like a monster, and you wouldn't want to go against him in the paint.
I think that Michael Jordan wins it all around because the game back in Michael Jordan's time, it was much more physical than it is now. And Michael Jordan could still do the things he can do. He can shoot, he can pass, he can dribble, he can score. He just scores at will and gets into the lane whenever he wants. And if he had taken more shots, I feel like he would have been a better shooter than Kevin Durant and a better finisher. So I think he is the best all-around scorer.
I disagree.
Well, I'm going to tell you about that, okay? Look, Kevin Durant, he might be 7 feet. He's one of the best scorers of all time. But look, back in Michael Jordan's day, it was rough. It was much more physical and pain. And a 3-point shot was invented 5 years before he came into the league. So players weren't used to taking it. And
we have a caller
coming in.
Named Archer Brandon.
Archer Brandon from New York. What's up, Archer?
Hello, it's Felipe from New York. I would like to talk about what you were talking about. I think Jordan is the better scorer because Jordan broke a lot of records and has NBA Finals more than Kevin Durant. Even though Kevin Durant may be taller, it doesn't mean he's a better scorer. Take Taco Fall against Kyrie Irving, for example. Taco Fall is bigger, but he hasn't scored as much as Kyrie Irving has in his 2 years of experience.
But Kevin Durant, Michael Jordan can't make a step back three like Kevin Durant can.
I mean, that's kind of true, but but Jordan still can shoot. I mean, KD can shoot, but much more physical league. The NBA is, the fellas call it more softer, you know? I think KD, great scorer, top 13 player of all time, but guess what, man? I think Jordan was better because he has more scoring titles. I think numbers say stuff, even though they had Scottie Pippen, who's a great player. I think the scoring matters more. It doesn't matter how many rings you have. It matters how many scoring titles you have in this debate. Elaine, what do you think?
I think that Michael Jordan, in his time, people didn't work on step back threes, so it wouldn't really matter. No one did a step back three. That was unheard of. But it's more there's more of that stuff now, so I think it really changes how we're looking at it in the two different eras.
Okay, it's a very hard debate right now because they're playing different eras, so we can't really determine who's the better scorer. Yeah. But I'm about to go with MJ. Nirvana, what do you think for your final take?
So, but both players, MJ and Kevin Durant, are very, very good in the mid-range. They're both known for the mid-range shots. They can both drill it whenever they want. But in the end, they kind of convinced me, so I'll have to go with Michael Jordan.
Okay, now we're going to go on to our next debate. Who in the NFC East? Now, the NFC East had to be one of the worst divisions of all time last year because the winner of that division was 7-9. So we were debating who would take on the NFC East crown: the Giants, the football team, the Eagles, or the Dallas Cowboys. Elaine, what do you think?
I'm gonna have to go with Washington, and I think this because of that defense led by Chase Young, who was outstanding last season in his rookie season, even a Rookie of the Year candidate as a defensive player. I feel like he's really gonna lead that defense. And on the offensive side, they have Terry McLaurin and Antonio Gibson, who are both really good players. Terry McLaurin is deadly when he gets in the open field. And there are some questions at QB and the offensive line, but I think that offense can carry, especially over the other teams in the NFC East.
Okay, Nirvan, what do you think?
So I agree that the Washington football team has the best defense, but I disagree about the offense. So the defense, they have Chase Young, who's very dominant, like Emil said. But the offense, yes, they have Terry McLaurin, one stud at receiver. But their quarterback is not doing great, like their quarterback situation. So I'm gonna have to go with the Dallas Cowboys winning the NFC East because their offense, Dak Prescott coming off an ankle injury, is not good. But their offense, including Ezekiel Elliott, Gallup, Amari Cooper, they have like the best offense by far. And their defense is not that far off now that they have a leader in the defensive linebacker positions. They have Micah Parsons, their new draft pick, which is going to help them significantly.
Nirvan, those are some good, solid things you said, but I'm going to disagree because although Zeke is a workhorse and he's an Eagles fan, he is good and he can run up the middle and he's good. Like he can't score in the end zone. Like when a quarterback has more rushing touchdowns than you, that's just kind of pathetic. And like the Cowboys defense is ranked 29th in like all defenses, and there are 32 teams in the NFL. Like, how is that going to change? Like, yeah, I know you got Micah Parsons, but he's a rookie. I think I'm going to have to go with the football team because the Eagles are just not ready to take that step. We got a first-year coach, and Hurts. It's his second season, so I don't know if we're going to see a lot from him. That's all. Thank you for watching.